Alright, so I did my geography exploration over New Zealand. So for the location part of our activities, the students will just simply locate New Zealand on a map. So you can put up a blank map just of the world, either on your smartboard or maybe you have like a pull down map, just whatever you have. Just make it a blank map so that they can't really see the words New Zealand. And then the students will come up and just place like a little mark. So like if it was on a smartboard, they could just pick up the marker and just do like a little dot or like a check mark or an X wherever they think New Zealand is. It doesn't really matter at this point if they get it wrong. They're just kind of beginning to brainstorm and inquire where they think New Zealand could be at. And then at the end, you will want to reveal the location. It would be helpful to put the labels on the map so that they can see it, and then to really ingrain where it's at so they don't think that where they marked it wrong perhaps is the right place, and have them come back again, every student, and place another mark wherever, or not wherever, but where New Zealand is. And then for the place, they will study some of the culture of New Zealand through some food to learn more about New Zealand as a place. I feel that a lot of students can connect over food, and so the students will decorate a pavlova dish and then get to eat it. So pavlova is just like a meringue type dessert. It's kind of crispy but also very sweet and soft and really good, and so they can have like little fruits, berries. It would be fun to put some kiwis on there since New Zealand is a large exporter of kiwis. You could throw in that fun fact there, but if you let them decorate it and really have that experience, they can remember. And pavlova is a pretty popular dish in New Zealand and Australia, actually. I read somewhere about how a museum to like celebrate their first year being open, they made like the largest pavlova in the world or something crazy like that. So it's really popular dish there. It's not just used for like special occasions. It's like something that's integrated really hard into their culture. And so while students are enjoying their little desserts and connecting with the food, you can show a couple videos showing some more about the place in New Zealand. So maybe like some of the landforms and maybe about some of the people that live there. And for human interactions, I put that students will learn about how the use of sheep impacted the country. So you would bring in maybe some wool. You could bring in some raw wool if you can get your hands on it, and let the students really feel that and see it, and bring in like some wool items, maybe like some clothing, blankets, things that are like made out of wool, because New Zealand does raise a ton of sheep. They export a lot of wool and a lot of like sheep meat and stuff. And so you could have a discussion about how the wool and the meat can be beneficial for like people in the economy and like the impact that it had, on the country, because fun fact, there's around 7 sheep per person in New Zealand. That number used to be a lot higher actually. I think it used to be about 20. So they had a ton of sheep there, and brought them in, raised them. You could talk about that. A lot of sheep. So for movement, I put how students will study the movement of the Maori people and the European people in New Zealand. So you could read an article or maybe like a book or something about it as a class about the movement of the peoples in and out of the country, because both groups originally sort of like settled there. So you could talk about like who came first and what happened with that, and then assign students to be like the groups of people. And you could also throw in some other groups too. Like there weren't just those two. Like there were other like Pacific Islanders and many other people. So you could even enrich them more, having more groups of people if you wanted. and then have them demonstrate like the natural movement of the peoples in and out, as the populations increased maybe in one, and then maybe another group came, and then, which caused another population to decrease. So you could have them demonstrate that based on what you read together as a class. And for the regions section, they'll just complete a regions map about New Zealand. So they'll be using like construction paper and like a little printout worksheet type thing with all of the regions of New Zealand sort of sectioned out for them. There are 16 of them. And so they will color each one, maybe like a different color, or if they run out of colors, they can do like a different design in them, and then they can cut that out and glue it on a piece of construction paper to kind of make it look nice and pretty. And then on the back of it, they will choose one region that maybe they want to learn more about and research 5 fun facts to write on the back, and then afterwards they can share their findings with the class, and that way they can get a little bit of knowledge about the regions as well as knowing what they look like and maybe where they are. So yeah, that's my project. Hope y'all enjoyed.